Okay, here's the completed conversion, completed bike, single speed from a bike that has vertical dropouts. Now, I decided to use the original derailleur as a tensioner. But you need a tensioner because of the vertical dropouts. There's no adjustment for the chain. So we'll get into the detail of how I came up with this. But generally, you might wonder, well, why? You know, you'll see that I have the original multi-speed freewheel and the original crank with 3 chain rings, only using 1. Well, this bike is built for a special purpose. It's a Raleigh C30 low-end bike. Now very simple. No shifters, just the brake levers. The original inexpensive 3-ring crank. The original 6-speed, 7-speed, whatever it is. And I made it into a single speed. It actually works pretty well. It makes, works pretty well. Spins freely. Slightly noisy, I imagine, because you have a pulley. It makes the same noise as if you had the 2 pulleys. But it works pretty well. And leaving the original multi-speed freewheel in place allows a certain amount of selection. Right now it's geared to about 60 inches. But if the person receiving it wants to go a little higher or a little lower, they just release some of the tension, move the chain. Right now the chain line is perfect, so it'll be a little off if they move it. But you might ask, why? Why not go with a vertical dropout frame, a BMX freewheel, and a single ring crank? Well, this bike was given to me by a neighbor when they cleaned out their garage. And I build bikes like this to be distributed by a local church who supplies various services to the Los Angeles homeless population, which depend heavily on bicycles for transportation. And in the area where the homeless use these bicycles is flat, so single speed is just fine. And their bicycles tend to deteriorate into a single speed anyway. They frequently disconnect the front derailleur and everything falls apart in the rear. I know this because I've done considerable work with the homeless on their bicycles at the church. So that's getting into a little area divergent from the purpose of this video, which will explain how we do the tensioner. Now, you could go out and get one of these store-bought tensioners for single speeds. Well, this is a bigger investment than I have in the whole bike, which isn't much. And all the bikes that I send out will have lights supplied by the Los Angeles County Bicycle Coalition. And I always mount a rear reflector. And correspondingly, a front light. If I have a front reflector, I use it. If not, I don't. I leave the wheel reflectors on. Pedals, if they have reflectors, well, this has one. I leave it on. So it's a basic bike built for no cash. I have not a penny in this. Well, maybe cables. I buy a big roll of cables and replace as needed. And let's take a look at the details of how you come up with this tensioner. You start out with the derailleur, and you remove the rear cage plate and one pulley, leaving you with the outer cage plate and one pulley. Now, if the outer cage plate is not threaded so that you can bolt on the one pulley, here's the original bolt. You just grab a 6mm longer bolt, attach it, use 2 nuts, because once you get it tightened to just where it spins freely and not wobbling, then you lock it down with the other nut, and you're all set. And you could remove the adjusters, not the stop adjusters. These two, you want to leave those. You can remove the cable adjuster. And what you do with the stop adjusters is you, once you find the position you want the pulley to be in, you screw down the high adjuster to hold it there, then you go and screw the low adjuster down until the screw stops turning. That keeps the whole thing from moving sideways, locks it in. So there you have it. That's it.